student, today's topic name is plant growth and mineral nutrition. In previous lecture we learned the various kinds of the plant hormone. Plant hormones, for example, auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, ethylene and abscisic acid. These hormones are classified into two types. Some plant hormones are the promoters while some plant hormones are the inhibitors. Auxin, gibberellin, cytokinins are a growth promoter while abscisic acid and ethylene are a inhibitors. Ethylene, it is also called as a fruit ripening hormone. So student, in this lecture we learn the most important concept. This concept is called as a photoperiodism. Photoperiodism. In this concept, two words are included. The first word is a photo and second word is a periodism. What is the meaning of a photo? Photo means light and periodism means duration. So photoperiodism means the light duration which required for plant in inducing flowering. Student, we know plant perform two types of the growth. First is a vegetative growth and second is a reproductive growth. In vegetative growth, plant organ like root, stem, leaf are involved. And in a reproductive growth, the most attractive part of a plant, that is flower, is involved. So flower is called as a highly modified shoot for a sexual reproduction. For inducing flowering, plant require duration of a light. This duration of light is known as a photoperiodism. What is the meaning of photoperiodism? Photoperiodism means the response of plant. Photoperiodism means the response of plant to relative length of light and dark period. To relative length of light and dark period with reference to initiation of a flowering. This phenomenon is known as a photoperiodism. What is the meaning of the photoperiodism? Photoperiodism means the response of plant to the relative length of light and dark period with reference to initiation of a flowering. Some plant require more light than a critical photoperiod and some plant require less photoperiod. That is, duration of a light is a less. Photoperiodism, this term was discovered by two American breeders. These American breeders are first are called Gardner and second is Allard, who discovered the term photoperiodism. The term photoperiodism discovered by Gardner and Allard in 1920. Gardner and Allard in 1920, these two American breeders discovered the term photoperiodism, and they used the sample plant. This sample plant is known as a tobacco plant. Tobacco plant, it is also known as a Maryland mammoth. Tobacco plant is also known as a Maryland mammoth. So here remember this point. Allard and Garner use which plant for the discovery of the term photoperiodism. This plant is known as a tobacco, and tobacco plant it is also called as a Maryland mammoth. So some plant require more light for inducing flower, while some plant require dark period for inducing the flowering. So inducing flowering, the duration of light is called as a critical photo period. Is known as a critical photo period. For inducing flowering, environmental factors and hormonal factors affect. Environmental factor, that is light and temperature, which cause for inducing the flowering. The light has a three aspect. First aspect is a quality of light. Second aspect is a quantity of light. First aspect is quality of light. Second aspect is quantity of light, and third aspect is duration of a light. So these three aspects of light which cause inducing of a flowering in a plant body. So inducing flowers, two factors can play important role. First is a environmental factor, and second is a hormonal factor. Environmental factor, that is temperature as well as a light, and light consists of three aspects, that is quality, quantity, that is intensity of light, and third is a duration of the light. So then student will learn the important definition. This important definition is a what is critical photoperiod. Critical photoperiod means the duration of a light required to inducing flowering in a plant is known as a critical photoperiod. What is the definition of a critical photoperiod? Critical photoperiod means duration of light required to induce flowering in a plant. This period is known as a critical photoperiod. Some plants require less duration of light. Some plants require more duration of a light for inducing a flowering. This period is known as a critical photoperiod. Garner and Allard discovered the term photoperiodism. Photoperiodism involves two words. First word is a photo, and periodism means the duration. The photo means light and periodism means the duration. The light duration which involve for inducing flowering in a plant body. This concept, this phenomenon is known as a photoperiodism. And depending upon the which type of the critical photoperiod required for the inducing flowering in a plant body, that is depending upon the photoperiodic nature. The plants are classified into 3 types. Depending upon the photoperiodism, plants are classified into how many types? Plants are classified into 3 types. First type is known as a short day plant, SDP. What is the long form of the SDP? SDP means short day plant. Second category is called as a LDP. What is the meaning of the LDP? LDP, that is long day plant. And third category is known as a day neutral plant, DNP. What is the meaning of the DNP? DNP means a day neutral plant. So depending upon the photoperiodism, the plants are classified into how many types? Plants are classified into 3 types. First type is known as a SDP, second type is known as a LDP, and third type is known as a DNP. What is the meaning or what is the long form of the SDP? SDP, that is short day plant. Meaning of the LDP? LDP means long day plant, and DNP means day neutral plant. So student, in this lecture we first learn the first type of the plant. This type is known as a SDP, and SDP means a short day plant. Short day plants, they are also called as a long night plants. Short day plants, they are also known as a long night plants, and they are also called as a winter plants. They are also known as a winter plant. Why SDP are called as a winter plant? Why SDP are called as a winter plant? Because these plants usually flowering during winter season and latter summer season, when day length is shorter than the critical photo period. These types of plant is known as a short day plant. What is the meaning of the short day plant? Short day plant, they are also called as a long night plant, and these plants usually flowering during winter season and later summer season, when the day length is less than or shorter than the critical photo period. These plants are known as a short day plant, and short day plants require minimum 8 to 10 hours of light for inducing flowers, and they require 14 to 16 hours darkness. So here we remember this point. In a short day plant, critical photo period, that is day length is a shorter than a critical photo period, that is this length is a 8 to 10 hours, but darkness period is required that is 14 to 16 hours. So SDP plant require long interpreted dark period. So SDP plant require long interpreted dark period. Then here remember another question, that is give the example of the SDP. SDP, that is short day plant. Which plants involved in a short day plant? First example is a tobacco. First example is a tobacco. Second example is a dahlia. Third example is a chrysanthemum. Third example is a chrysanthemum, soyabean, aster, and xanthium. So examples of the short day plants are: first example is a tobacco, second example is a dahlia, third example is a chrysanthemum, fourth example is a soyabean, then aster, and last example is a xanthium. And short day plants, that is the plants which induce flowering during winter and later summer when their length is shorter than a critical photo period, that is short day plant require 8 to 10 hours of light and 14 to 16 hours darkness. So student, then the second type of plant, it is known as a LDP. LDP means long day plant, or they are also known as a short night plant. They are also known as a short night plant. SDP are known as a winter plant and LDP are known as a summer plant. Why they are known as a summer plant? Because those plants which induces flowering during summer season, so they are called as a long day plant. Long day plant require 14 to 18 hours light and 9 to 10 hours dark period. Long day plant require 14 to 18 hours light and 9 to 10 hours darkness. First type is a short day plant. Second type is known as a long day plant. Short day plants are also known as a long night plant. Long day plants are also known as a short night plants. Short night plants induce flowering during summer, so they are called as a long day plant. They require 14 to 18 hours light for inducing flowering and 9 to 10 hours darkness for inducing flowering. Give the example of the long day plant. First example is a pea, second example is a radish, third example is a sugar beet, fourth example is a cabbage, fifth example is a spinach, wheat and poppy. And long day plant has inhibitory effect for inducing flowering, that is darkness. So in long day plant, darkness has inhibitory effect on a flowering. Darkness has inhibitory effect on flowering. Long day plants are known as a short night plant. They induce flowering during summer, so they are called as a long day plant. they require 14 to 18 hours of light for inducing flower and 9 to 10 hours darkness for inducing flowering. For example, pea, for example, radish, for example, sugar beet, for example, cabbage, spinach, wheat and poppy. And darkness has inhibitory effect on a flowering. Then we learn the third type of a plants. This third type is known as a D and P. What is the meaning of the D and P? D and P means day neutral plant, or they are also known as a photoneutral plant. Why day neutral plants are called as a photoneutral plants? Because these plants inducing flowering throughout the year. That is, they do not inhibit. More light is available in nature, or more darkness period is available in a nature. So D and P, that is day neutral plant, that is photoneutral plant flowering throughout the year, and that is they are independent of duration of light. They do not require specific photo period to flower. That is less light than critical photo period, or more light than a critical photo period. These factors which do not affect for inducing flowering in a day neutral plant. So day neutral plant induces flowering throughout the year when light is more or when light is less, when darkness is more or darkness is a less. So day neutral plants are also known as a photoneutral plant. For example, cucumber. Second example is a tomato. Third example is a cotton, sunflower, maize and balsam. Which plants involve in a day neutral plant? First example is a cucumber. Second example is a tomato. Third example is a cotton, sunflower, maize and balsam. These are the examples of a day neutral plant, that is a photoneutral plant. What is photoperiodism? The response of a plant to relative length of light and dark period with reference to inducing flowering. This term is known as a photoperiodism. Who discovered the photoperiodism? In 1920, American breeders, that is Garner and Allard, discovered the term photoperiodism. They used the sample plant, that is a tobacco plant, and tobacco plant is also known as a Maryland mammoth. What is critical photoperiod? The duration of light required for inducing flowering in a plant body is known as a critical photoperiod. Depending upon the critical photoperiod which are required to inducing flowering in a plant body, plants are classified into three types. First type is a short day plant, second type is a long day plant, and third type is a day neutral plant. Short day plant, they are also known as a long night plant, or they are called as a winter plant, because they induce flowering during winter season or a later summer season when day length is a shorter than a critical photoperiod, that is require long interpreted dark period. So here remember this point, SDA require generally 8 to 10 hours of light for inducing flowering, and 14 to 16 hours darkness for inducing flowering. Then second type is a long day plant. The plant that flower during summer are called as a long day plant. They require 14 to 18 hours light for inducing flowering and 9 to 10 hour darkness for inducing flowering. For example, pea, for example, radish, sugar beet, cabbage, spinach, beet, poppy. Darkness has inhibitory effect on a flowering. Then third type is known as a day neutral plant. Day neutral plant is also known as a photo-neutral plant. And photo-neutral plant, that is plants which induces flowering throughout the year. That is in a winter season, that is in a summer season, that is in a spring season. So they are independent of duration of the light. They do not require specific photo period for inducing flowering. An example of the day neutral plant. First example is a cucumber, second example is a tomato, third example is a cotton, sunflower, maize and balsam. So these are the types of plant or classification of plant depending upon the relative length of light or dark period, that is a critical photo period, or depending upon the critical photo period. Plants are classified into three types: SDP, LDP and day neutral plant. That is photo neutral plant, and SDP is known as a long night plant. Long day plants are known as a short night plant, and day neutral plants are known as a photo neutral plant. So student, in this lecture we learn the most important concept. This concept is known as a photoperiodism, that is response of a plant to relative length of light and dark period with reference to inducing the flowering in plant body. Then we learn the discovery of the photoperiodism. Here two scientists remember. First is a Garner and second is a Allard in 1920. The plant is a tobacco, Maryland maple. And what is for critical photo period? Duration of light required to inducing flowering is known as a critical photo period. Depending upon critical photo period, plants are classified into how many types? Plants are classified into three types. First type is a day neutral short day plant, second type is a day neutral plant, and third type is a long day plant, and third type is a day neutral plant. Example of the short day plant, first example is tobacco, dahlia, chrysanthemum, soybean, aster and xanthium. Long day plant example: cabbage, spinach, pea, radish, sugar beet, wheat, poppy. An example of the DNP is a cucumber, tomato, cotton, sunflower, maize and balsam. So today we learn the term of photoperiodism. In next lecture we learn the important phytohormones which affect for inducing flowering. So student,